Jessica sat quietly on the wooden bench outside the old funeral home, waiting for the man who had hired her. The air smelled of incense and damp flowers. People in black clothes passed her without knowing who she was or why she was there. She was not family. She was not a friend. She was a paid mourner. Her job was to cry, look broken, and make the dead seem loved. Had started 2 years ago. A woman in the market had whispered to her, "You have a face people believe. Come cry at my uncle's funeral. I'll pay you." The money was more than Jessica earned in a week selling bread, so she agreed. She found she was good at it. Her tears came easily, not because she loved the dead, but because she knew the feeling of losing someone. Today was different. She had been called for the burial of a man named Papa Daniel. She did not know him, but his photo showed an old man with kind eyes. Jessica stepped inside the church, sat in the second row, and bowed her head as the prayers began. The pastor's voice rose and fell like a drum. The people sniffed, wept, and sighed. Then Jessica heard it. It was soft at first. A whisper. "Emeka, Emeka." She froze. Emeka was her neighbor's son, a boy who had been playing football on the street just that morning. She looked around. No one else seemed to hear it. The pastor kept speaking. Choir sang. Yet the whisper came again, closer this time, as if someone's lips were right at her ear. "Emeka is next." Her chest tightened. She turned, expecting to see someone behind her, but there was only an empty pew. Her hands began to tremble. She told herself it was the stress, the incense, the heat of the crowded room. But deep down, she knew this was no ordinary funeral. And then, from inside the coffin, something knocked. Jessica didn't move. She couldn't. The knock had been soft, almost gentle, but in the silence between the pastor's words, it was clear. No one else seemed to notice. Or maybe they were pretending not to. The choir sang louder, as if to drown out what she had heard. Jessica stared at the coffin, her tears suddenly real, but not for the reason people thought. She pressed her hands together, pretending to pray, but her mind was running. Was there someone alive in that coffin? Was it just her imagination? She wanted to get up and check, but her job was to sit, cry, and stay invisible. Any sudden move and people would wonder why she was there. The whispers came again, but now it wasn't only Emeka's name. She heard more. Chika, Blessing, Ifani. She recognized those names too. All children from her street. Her skin prickled. The names weren't just being called. They were being chosen. Jessica tried to focus on the pastor's words, but her heart was pounding so hard it was almost painful. She wanted the funeral to end. She wanted to leave. But she couldn't because she had already been paid, and she needed that money for food. When the service was over, people began to file out toward the graveyard behind the church. Jessica stood, her legs unsteady, and followed. She avoided looking at the coffin, afraid she would see it move. The grave was ready, a dark hole in the red earth. As the coffin was lowered, the wind picked up, carrying with it a faint voice that only she seemed to hear. "Jessica soon." Her knees almost gave way. The voice had said her name.